Back at it. Got the strawberry ice cream today. So this post is it's one of those responses, right? The thing that's actually going around is some sort of Middle East immigrant, maybe a Pakistani guy, but you know the types. He's seen in the countryside of the United Kingdom, defacing, tearing stones out of a wall that is clearly ancient, clearly been there forever. Obviously, nobody disturbs it because it's all a part of their cultural ancestral heritage. But you have this wonderful piece of diversity there, ripping pieces out of your ancestral memory. And you can imagine people don't like it. But this woman, Evelina Hane, apologies if I mispronounce that. I am an American English speaker. I believe she's Swedish. She's saying it's happening in Sweden as well. One of the most historical sites, which has remained untouched for thousands of years, is being plundered. Annenshag. Now, I'll screen record this and let it play while I talk. But essentially, this place is a sacred burial site dated at the end of the last millennia. So, you're talking about anywhere between 1100 and 1400 years old, and probably older than that, right? There's certain dates we could put on it, but if it was a burial ground then, it was probably a burial ground before. And what these lovely newcomers to Sweden are doing, they're going to this ancient burial ground of the Swedish ancestors, and they're robbing the graves. They're grave digging and they're robbing them, the gold and whatever these people were buried with. This is what they think about you and your culture and your history and your entire identity. It means nothing. They will dig up the graves of your heroes and the people that came before you and take their trinkets, melt them down, who knows what. Personally, I can't see a greater offense than this, becoming a newcomer welcomed into a country, and then you go to ancestral graves, ancient burial grounds, and you're digging up the graves of old warriors, old heroes, and taking their stuff. I mean, what more do you need at that point? It's a complete. It's not just disregard or disrespect. It's an affront. That is swinging a blade towards the throat of your entire identity. That is thousands of years old. Like this, we're talking about the Swedes here. You know, I mean, the Viking thing has become pretty cool recently, so I don't think I need to explain this to people. But the Swedes of the 6th through the 9th century, real warriors, okay? These guys deserve their respect, deserve their burial honors, their burial rights. And even if they are more typical average Swedish people, then they also deserve their burials and their rights and their peace in their grave. Not to have these mongrels from a world that has no laws or understanding or no care for anything, right? So at this point, what you do is you find everybody who is responsible, and then you take them as a model. Then you find everybody they're related to and everybody all those people look like, and you get rid of them with no benefits, no perks, no 5-star hotels, no comfortable travel. You know, that's a debt that cannot be repaid. Robbing the warriors of our culture's graves? No, you have to pay, you know, the ultimate crime. You have to pay the ultimate price. So, what more do people need, really? It is a disgusting disregard for the clemency people have been awarded up to this point. And, like, you know, perhaps this is going to be an expanding theme that we look at from yesterday. Things are getting to a point. People do not feel very pleased with how it has become. They're quite upset, right? And the people, right? These guys tearing the walls down and robbing these graves and doing all kinds of other horrific things. They seem to be acting in almost this untouchable manner because obviously governing bodies are helping them. They're creating policies. They're going to save these guys. But what they don't understand is that you're pushing it to a point to where these people are no longer going to care about legislation or whatever feeble idea of justice you have. They are going to certify their survival. All right. That graves the ultimate sin, really. Robbing warrior graves from thousands of years ago. You know, what the hell's wrong with you? So, may the gods strike those people down, and better yet, may they give the descendants of these people the courage and the power to hunt them down. All right? So, see where it goes, as always. All right? Back to the ice cream. So I was going to end the video right there, but it glanced over my head that I actually saved a comment from that post because I felt it highlighted exactly the real perspectives we're dealing with. This guy, Tom Skidmore, he says, "That's absolutely sickening. Such a beautiful place with so much historical significance." You're right, Tom. "I guess every artifact that is important to Western civilization must now be guarded 24/7. Heartbreaking. And there, you're wrong, Tom. No. Every artifact important to Western civilization doesn't need to be constantly guarded. You just got to get rid of the people who would destroy, deface, and not care about those things. It's that simple. You're going to create some sort of 24/7 tower watch to keep all your stuff safe. You just got to get rid of the people who don't respect it. It's really, really not complicated. But what you see online, what you see in public spaces even, it's people are really trying to dance around the reality of you're going to have to get physical, right? You got to be a little mean to some people. And because even a lot of people, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. You know, they want to do it with a nice guy badge on, and it's just not going to work like that. You know, so because otherwise, yeah, that's just not a feasible thing. We're going to have everything on guard. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. The more you go down that road, the smaller your space shrinks, right? And the bigger and bigger and bigger space that migrants from across the world or a different place with total shit ideas and values and don't care about anything besides humping the next goat. It's a question of what do you really want to do? You know, I don't want to guard some ancient artifact that's 1,000 years old all day long. Let's just knock the people over the heads who don't care about them, run them out of the countries, and then all the artifacts can sit there peacefully in the quiet, right? So, cheers to Tom, right?